Hi guys, welcome to part 1 of the GE200 instructional videos. In this part we're just going to have a brief look at the controls, how to navigate around it, what does what, very basic stuff. So taking a look, first of all, you're going to see that there's really two main control knobs on top of it. To the left here is the master, and to the right here is the value control. So the master control, it just adjusts the volume, the total output volume of the GE200, which gives you very instant access when you're live on stage or even when you're recording. You can make a very quick adjustment on that. So if I play there. And the control over to the right, that's named value. This is what we use to navigate and adjust all of the settings and parameters in GE200 screens. The way that this works, you can rotate it to do various things, and you can also press it to change various things. Okay, there's two main home screens on GE200. You've got the play screen and you've got the chain screen. You can select either of these with the play or the chain button here. As you see at the moment, we're on the play screen, which is why play is highlighted. On this screen, you get various information. Right in the middle, you're going to get your preset number and the preset name that you saved it as. It's going to tell you whether the cab simulator is enabled for the left or right output. It's going to tell you what each of the expression pedals are doing. And it's also going to tell you what the preset volume is here. So after you've saved your preset and you're happy with all the settings, and you lined a couple up, what you can do is you can adjust the individual preset volume. So for example, if I play here, I'll go to the next preset and have a listen. Okay, the next preset, I want to bring it down a little bit without going inside the preset and changing internal settings. What I can do, just press the value control while you're on this screen, and you see that this is no longer highlighted and preset volume's highlighted. Now I can just rotate the knob and we can adjust the level just of that preset. Okay. Change. Easy peasy. The second main screen is called chain. So if we go to here, inside of chain is very useful. You can see what the order is of all of your effects blocks and which ones are on and off. You can also move these effects blocks around, again with the value control. Just select an effect block that you like. You see the yellow arrows pointed over the DS there. So if I want to move the distortion after the amplifier, I'll just press this. It'll pick that up. You'll see that the little arrows turned red, and then I can move it. Okay, we'll move it after the amplifier. It'll sound different. Pick it up and move it in front of the amplifier. Okay, right underneath the screen here, you have an on-off switch and edit button for every single effect block. So at the minute, as you can see in the chain screen, we have distortion active, we have amplifier active, cabinet active, and delay active. And that is mirrored by these LEDs that are down here. So if I press on this one, the DS is already on. It'll just take us to the edit screen for the distortion. Again, I can use the value control to maybe change the distortion type. Okay, we'll go to like a full DS. Or I can go down here, you can change the gains, change the tone, change the volume, whatever. If I want to turn this effect off, I just press that button again, and you see it's gone off there. If we check back in the chain, it's now not on. So no distortion, just the amp, the delay, and the cab. And again, so if I want to add, say, a wah-wah or a compressor, I can just press that effect block. First time you press it, it'll switch on, and then you can adjust what you want. Okay, we'll select a touch wah, for example. Okay. At the far right of these, you also have a button labeled rhythm. This is for a drum machine, and we'll go into that in a later video. So for foot switches, GE200 has 3 foot switches. They have the same controls in either of the main screens. These first two foot switches are for preset down and preset up. They'll scroll through like that. The third foot switch here that's labeled CTRL and tap. This can be set up to switch on and off various effect blocks within a preset. So if I press this now, you'll see the delay went off and the distortion went on. Again, I'll go into that in more detail in a later video. If you hold this foot switch down, you see it's going to start flashing. That means it's in tap tempo, so you can set the tap tempo for your delay. Not a problem. If I switch the delay on there, go back to the chain. You can change the delay time. Yeah. If you press these two foot switches together at the same time, you enter the guitar tuner. So if I play my guitar here, you can see I'm a little bit flat. So I'll just tighten that up. There you go. You can easily tune in your guitar. Again, on this screen, the value control can do various things. You have 8 equals 445 hertz here. We're going to adjust that. You'd select it. You press the value control, and then you can adjust. I'll leave it at 445. You can also decide if you want this to be muted while you're tuning, or if you want it to be bypassed. Let's see. I'll press these again to go back out of it. If you press these two foot switches together at the same time, you'll enter the looper. Here you go. There's the looper. We're going to have a look at the looper in a later video. Okay, if we have a look at the rest of the buttons here, you have CTRL tap. This is the button where you'll go and you'll be able to set up various settings for your CTRL tap foot switch. EXP, this is where you can go to set up your built-in expression pedal, and you can also set up an external expression pedal. Again, I'll go into that in more detail in a later video. And system, this is where you can find various global settings for the GE200. You get instant access to your input levels, which is very useful if you're using different kinds of instruments. Screen brightness, USB audio. You can actually use G200 as a sound card. Plug it directly to your PC with a USB cable. And then in this screen here, you can set up your playback volume for using the headphone out on the GE200. The record volume into your computer. You can also assign the left and right outputs as with effects or dry guitar going through. Say you want to reamp one side, no problem, easy to do. Got the system again. You've got cab sim through. This is a very cool feature. What you can do is you can set up the cab simulator to only be active on one side. So for example, if I put the left cab on and right out, if I have the cab simulator switched on, it will only work on the left side. This is very useful if you're using the GE200 live and you want to send one output to your onstage amplifier and the other output direct to the PA system. You can do that and set it up very, very quickly in here. If I go back to the system now, foot switch mode. So I showed you before that these two foot switches are preset up and preset down. They instantly change the sound. However, if we go to FS mode, and we change this to foot switch mode number 2. Okay, we'll accept that. If I go back to the play screen now, so you see we've got our preset there. I'm just going to press that OK. Okay. So this time when I've gone to change the preset, it doesn't change instantly. It'll highlight the preset that you want to change to, and then when you're ready to change, just press this foot switch here, then it'll change. Go back into the system there, and then again you've got your reset. So if you want to go back to factory reset, you can do. If you want to quickly view which firmware version you've got on your G200, this is the screen where you can find it. We'll always put this on the reset screen, version 1. And then the last button here is save. So if we make some changes in a preset, any changes at all, so if we go back to preset 1, I'm going to change that foot switch mode back to foot switch mode 1, it's a bit faster. So yeah, if we go back to this, let's have a listen. Okay, that's a little bit loud, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the preset volume down to 65. I'll put it a little bit lower, so 37. There we go. I've got to save that for the machine to remember it, so I'll just press save. Okay, I'm happy to save it here, so I'll just press save again. Done. Now, of course, there's a built-in expression pedal on G200, but I'm going to go and show you how to use this in a later video. So I'll see you guys at the next part. Bye-bye.